with a shot. Reece Kennedy just looking to set that example. The ex-Hull KR forward goes in, it just comes off the shoulder, Ormonroyd, and clips him.
There's a bit of discussion here on field whether they go for the 2 or go for the 6.
Well, for London to win this game, they've got to go for the 6.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the teams will take the 2 points in games like this, but London need to score more points than 2.
This is Stock, Marcus Stock, who drives it and puts his side within 15 metres and 5 plays to go. They've had an opportunity here. Walker steps inside, but easy take for Lafay. So Davis prepared to deliver down this right-hand side again, and Meadows who's trying to force the pass. There's a knock on here. All rather untidy. And it's Salford's head and feed, and they've elected to go back to the middle of the field.
And that's what we're saying about be patient, execute your plays. Meadows again, they like the look of this right-hand side. They're going over to where Robbie Storey is, the number 21 for London. They make the mistake. You just can't force the issue. Well, there's only nearly 5 minutes gone in this game, and they get down there, they have a look at the line a couple of times, they turn the ball over cheaply.
You need an element of patience, don't you? And maybe London getting overexcited because they find themselves in a position to make an early strike. But now they've got to be careful because, well, they've given the penalty away. Hakim Maloudi offside from the scrum.
Well, Nene MacDonald and Tim Lafay, the centres for Salford, caused so many problems. They've got a good offloading game. They're so powerful. And Nene MacDonald is in the top 6 for making metres in Super League. And Hakim Maloudi just gets off the line, trying to get in his eye line and take some metres away from him.
Well, Sneed will find touch, and Salford find themselves in a position, with 2 balls on the field, will find themselves in a position where they can maybe have a go in this set. It's not a bad starting platform for a set of 6. Only Yayawa is threatening to run over the top of them, eventually dealt with. It's moved left to Sneed. Sneed with a little double pump, and Lafay takes it on. And already Salford find themselves, big hand from Vuni Yayawa, find themselves in a position to try something, but Sneed is hunted down.
Well, that's how you work, that's how you pressure him, isn't it? That's what you do, work from the inside.
Lovell with his presence, and a dummy by Cust, but not going much further. Well, that's 4. And they've still got a couple of opportunities to try and create something here. Sneed puts it back to Ormonroyd, and Ormonroyd with a big carry, metres after contact, is impressive. And Salford on the last play, what do they do from here? Sneed drops it off. Yayawa trying to run through the middle. Clearly felt that he had the opportunity to knock them away, but London hanging on.
And Mark Sneed now is just gesturing to everyone around him. Just look, just calm down, don't worry about it. We've turned the ball over, we centred the field. It comes on a little cut play to King Vuni Yayawa, who manages to poke his nose through, but it is on the last play. But they're putting pressure on London now.
Oh yes, really trying to close them down. So Davis a dummy half as they try and escape this end of the field. Maloudi, another scrambled effort to steal a couple of yards. Davis quickly gets in there as well. They're trying to find a way down the flanks if they can. It's just battered forward, this time by Butler. Davis flicks it back inside, and Stock will change direction with the footwork, but they've reached 5, and there's still a distance from the halfway line. It's a slow play, the ball. There's not too much pressure on Meadows for all of that. His kick will find a bit of grass, but the bounce is kind enough, and it gives an opportunity here for Ethan Ryan to try and launch something from the Red Devils' point of view.
It's good line speed, good ruck control from Salford, and they managed to get the kick away. Salford again looking to shift the ball over. That's nice connected defence from London.
They're always looking, they're always looking. This is Mellor. The search is now down this left-hand flank, and a half burst by MacDonald.
Yeah, and he's the right centre. He's coming over to the left to link up with Lafay.
They do that a lot, don't they, those Salford centres?
Well, you find that most of the Salford players, they're not going to be locked into an edge, or you've got a job to do on your left or your right. They will look to spread the sort of field with the shape.
Sneed, and Brierley comes on at pace, but London's defence just about responds well enough. Storey and Meadows in unison, and on the last, It'll be Sneed who chips it, but it's a comfortable catch for Kershaw. And London, who has lost it. He's lost it. It's been stolen. And just for a moment, Nenny MacDonald thought he might have had a pat through, but he's got the ball back. And what an opportunity now for Salford here. So close and with so many plays to go. Straightened up by Partington. Into dummy half goes Mellor. Options right and left. Vuniyayawa's pawing the ground. He fancies a big run here, but it goes wider than him. Sneed. Out it goes to Cuss. Cuss delivers. Ryan can't keep hold. The ball's been knocked on. Riley picks up, but it has been knocked on. And London escape.
Yeah, he was just hugging the jawline, wasn't he, Ethan Ryan? He couldn't take it. Holds his hands up, acknowledges that's a chance gone begging. And the ball from Cade Cuss, he got on the outside of McCarney. When you look at Nenny MacDonald, I said to you that he's playing over on the right side. He comes over to left, he strips the ball. He's so powerful. Looks to play, looks to offload. So many times he gets Salford on the front foot.
Well, you talk about that opening 10 minutes, Terry, and it is scoreless after 10 minutes. So how much heart do the Broncos take from that situation?
Well, they'll take some from it, but the big thing for me is now what they've got to do in the next 10, the following 10. They've got to keep on competing. If they keep competing, they keep turning up for each other, well, they're going to get manhandled like they've been driven back here.
Well, McCartney's lost yards, and a good few yards as well. This is taken on by Kershaw. Davis. Mike Eccles, the London coach, looking on and hoping that his side can produce something here today. Lovell, bit of the heavy lifting down this flank. Davis in a dummy half, back to Meadows, switching it on. Salford's defence is up quickly. Partington got right in there to make sure that go forward was kept to an absolute minimum, and the kick away eventually by Leyland, but it bounces into the hands of Ryan, and wherever he stopped here, and it will be there, it is still an advantageous position Salford find themselves.
Yeah, well, that's the reward for having some good defence, isn't it, from Salford? The line speed certainly is impressive in the opening stages for London before Salford could even set. I know it's tiring, but maybe a kick early before the wingers drop back.
Here's MacDonald.
There it is with the offload, though.
Gets it away. And now it's Cuss. He'll try a bit of footwork as well, but Jacob Jones getting into his ribs. Offload is something you get used to in the MacDonald game. Little interchange. Mellor. Partington having a look around. He'll put it back for Vuniyayawa, who straightens up again. He's already proving a difficult character to handle today for this London defence. Powerful and urgent when he carries it forward. Mellor switch back. Sneed with a little jab to that in-goal area, and just a little overcooked, and Walker are confident to see it out of play.
Well, just too much on that, but a good kicker, isn't he? Mark Sneed. That's the sort of kick that everyone's anticipating around him. Come up with 7 try assists from those sort of plays this season.
Well, a little dummy play out of dummy half, the 2 dummy halves. Walker ran over it. Kershaw tried to advance, but Salford ain't falling for that. But London managing to find their way towards this halfway line, and Jones. It's Leyland now, who'll pick up and scurry. This time Kennedy. Kennedy with an offload. Leyland's there to collect again. Has a look around, sees what's on. Finds the brutal effort from Mellor, but still keeps it alive. It is a knock-on. It is a knock-on. Kershaw just holding his hand out to Tim Lapai, saying, "Don't flatten me, Tim," because the referee's already given a knock-on.
Well, the ball is just it's telegraphed, isn't it? It's easy. When you're defending those sorts of players, the hang time in the air makes it easy for the defender to see where that ball's landing, putting a bit of pressure on themselves, and they've got to be a bit more direct. And I know they're playing off the cuff, which might benefit them, but obviously it's not getting the result. And then the mistake that they've got and what they've got to contend with again in this set of 6. You know, sometimes, Dave, you can be boring with the game. If things aren't going well for you, get through your set, kick to the corner, defend. Get through your set, kick to the corner, defend. Instead of trying to sort of like score every play or come up with something.
Here's Mellor. Big hand again from Vuniyayawa. This time they're not to be shrugged off, and they win the little battle, that little posse of Broncos defenders. Miller again. It's Cust and Partington, and Partington gets it away, and they can still chime on here, and Briley sees a bit of a gap and has a run into it, and his dancing feet creates a bit more space. Miller. It's back with Sneed. Sneed wriggling back into position, and the forward pass into Ormonroyd.
Well, they picked up that one. The touch judges in the referee. Ormonroyd causes problems. He's a big influence, isn't he? Mark Sneed on the game, and what the outcome is, he's been in red-hot form. You can see Jack Ormonroyd just overruns that play.
Don't go early, boys. Don't go early.
He's one of them players, Jack Ormonroyd. He's big, he's powerful, he's awkward to handle.
Head in, Will. Jack, need that head in. Ryan.
So 15 minutes gone,
Shot clock off.
and it's still 0-0. Salford undoubtedly dominating at the moment in terms of possession and positional play, but London Broncos showing a certain steel as well in resisting those Salford advances. Kershaw. Remember the game here against Wigan, when it was a big score in the end, wasn't it, that day? But it was a long time before Wigan got on top of the scoreboard. So London do have that ability to hang on.
They do. There's games this year that they've played well and they've lost, and then when they concede one try, they'll concede a couple of quick fire tries against them, which doesn't help. And when you're at the bottom of the table, confidence is so big for you.
Here's Kennedy. Tackle can't reset from that Salford hand a little earlier, so more to play with in terms of time and possession. Butler. And here's Davis with Leyland to his left. Leyland just thinking about that inside ball, and then gets the return pass as well from Jones. Well, they're travelling well here, the Broncos, at the moment. Back to Stock in the middle. Meadows throws it back, and Walker now the fullback with a step that just at Fox's Tim Laffey, but not Partington. And Lovell looking for a late surge, and it's going to be another penalty. High tackle.
Well, that was good play from them when they shifted the ball from left to right. They really do like the look of this side, and then the high shot then. When they go through the line, they've got another set of 6 to examine what's in front of them. They give them some energy as well, Liz.
Yeah, it's a bright performance from the Broncos so far. Snapshots of attack and toughness in defence at this stage. Here's Stock setting the platform. Davis picks up and carries on. Meadows suddenly saw that advancing Salford line and chose not to pick the pass for Leyland, but take it in himself. But Davis comes out now. It's taken on by Jones, who's going to be held up and pushed back. Well, they've still got tackles in the bag here, the Broncos, and they're playing in the sunshine. Can they turn this into something really special? Oh, that's Stock, who brings it back to Meadows, but he's slipping underneath the advancing Vuni Yayawa. Davis. Oh, it's slow. I think Meadows is hurt, but they're going to try and blast their way over. No way through. 5 gone. Last play. Davis stands and waits. Where's this one going? Meadows on his right-hand side. The pass not great. Meadows has to readjust position, but he's kicked, and it's fallen into the hands of Nenny MacDonald and then Ethan Ryan. It's London who'll get it back. Was that shepherding?
Where do you want it, boys?
I think the ball, when it goes up in the air, does it come off Nenny MacDonald? Is it forward pass?
Forward pass. You're right.
So again, just looking to play, looking to get the speed instead of getting down and playing the tackle. Again, it's good play from London.
Well, there is the forward pass. And I tell you, as much as Mike Eccles will be thoroughly enthused by what he's watching at the moment, I'm sure that Paul Rowley will be feeling a little frustrated.
Well, they had a bit of a chance when Marcus Stock went through the gap, and he was waiting, he was trying to hold up that ball, waiting for somebody there, and it was Meadows who just was a step or two behind that. Could have been the opening try.
Well, here they come. It's Leyland who pops one over the top, and the reach, and they will have the first try. Ilias McCarney touches down, and London Broncos fans have not had too much to cheer this season, but my goodness, they'll accept this as a glorious moment. Ilias McCarney, only his 2nd try of the year, and London have the lead.
But all they need is more possession. Like, they've struggled for it this year. They've been under a lot of pressure. Things haven't gone well for them. When they got Elias McCartney on the wing, he scored 21 tries last year in the Championship. He is a proven try scorer. He made his name in the Championship like most of these players did, and that was a lovely ball over the top from Leyland. And wow, that will give them some confidence that they've had to front up defensively. It's been really tough for them this year, and I'm sure after nearly, well, coming up to 20 minutes now, they've managed to keep a Salford side scoreless, and everyone's expecting a reaction. Big 20 minutes from London.
Well, there's quite a meeting, as you can see there underneath the sticks, or just to the side of the sticks, by those Salford players. Got a bit of fixing up to do here at the moment. This is Leyland. Managed 7 goals so far this campaign. His side don't score as many tries as others do, so he's not quite up there with the leading kickers, and that doesn't help. He's hit the post. So London's lead remains at 4 points to 0.
Again, the confidence that the coach will get. Ollie Leyland obviously hits the post, but they'll be so happy with what they've achieved in getting the result, and that 20-minute period where they have showed up well. They've been put on the blowtorch, and they're playing against a team here when you've got the likes of Ryan Brierley, Mark Sneed, Joe Mellor, Cade Cust, and Ollie Partington. That sort of spine, that's a good spine. And then also you've got to contend with Nene MacDonald and Tim Laffey, and they've done that for 20 minutes.
Well, the restart, encouragement for London, and here they come with possession again and confidence built. Not many games this season where they've actually found a lead in a match. The question is, how do they react from here? A little bit of concern there. I think it's Rob Butler who danced away from a tackle, not looking too healthy. In the meantime, it's Kennedy.
He's got that left leg strapped up, hasn't he?
Go first.
You see, he can't put his weight on it as well. He's really struggling, like you said, Dave.
He's dancing around. Strictly Come Dancing might be an option for him the way he's moving at the moment, but rugby league doesn't look like the healthiest of pastimes for Rob Butler. Just looking to run it off.
Go 5.
Switched back to Meadows, who despite the pressure gets a decent kick away that spins in the air but bounces kindly for Brierley to try and a return.
They're going to be expecting a reaction here now. London. That's nice line speed by Rhys Kennedy.
Still 1.
MacDonald keeps it alive to Cust. Cust swamped by 3 London defenders. Slow, play the ball here. Salford pick up with MacDonald. MacDonald again looking for support. Nothing there. Watkins got there, but after the tackle was complete, his cross. Well, they're advancing reasonably well here, Salford. Getting some depth inside that London half. Andrew Dixon on the field from the interchange bench. But they're on the last play. Mellor spins it out. Sneed will put it up in the air. The chase is on. Ryan is across there to try and get hands on it. I think he might have done, but the ball is picked up by Maludi, and McCartney just touched down a play. Otherwise, he might have been going the distance. And it'll be, I think it's going to be London's handover.
There's a knock on. I think it's Ethan Ryan who knocks the ball, and there's no advantage that's been played from them. You say McCartney looks to get on the outside, and then MacDonald is pushed into touch.
Rob Butler has departed the scene for the time being. Dean Parata has come on in his place, and he's been another player who has, in a struggling London side, caught the eye this year, hasn't he, Dean Parata?
Well, he caught the eye last year as well. Well, he was exceptional last year. Championship Player of the Year in 2023.
Salford again trying to resist this go forward. Meadows, who looks lively. Very close to being in their opponent's half. Meadows back inside again for Kennedy. But on this right-hand side, They will find a position to kick. Meadows again being chased down by Partington, but again he gets loads of loft on that and taken in by Briley to again try to launch something if he can, but London's defence has that covered.
And that's a positive kick, isn't it? Just drops below the try line, which shows what good work they did defensively. Just getting a bit too quick here now, they're not set.
Yeah, they're coming at pace in the shape of cross on this occasion. 3 tackles started close to their own goal line, but halfway through their set, in fact right at the start of the set, because the referees waved it on, Salford are already inside London's half.
And that was always going to be the danger, that because they were getting the roll and then London obviously trying to slow them down.
This is looking menacing now from the side in red. Stung by that 18th minute try from Ilias Makani, looking for a response, and Briley bursts through one tackle, gets it away to Callum Watkins, who will jog to the line to score. Just for a moment it looked as though he'd given his opponents an opportunity to make the tackle, but too big, too strong, and in the end just a little too quick. And Salford do have their response. First try of 2024 for Callum Watkins.
A good play, wasn't it, from Ryan Briley? Callum Watkins is the man who scores. He's been in top form the last couple of years. But Ryan Briley, he just holds the ball, he pumps the ball, he manages to get through that defensive line, doesn't panic at all. And Callum Watkins is the man who manages to get on the end of the pass. And that's Ryan Briley for you. The speed he's got at the back. He fixes the fullback, Alex Walker, gets him interested, then just gives the ball to that man at the right time. And that's Salford at the best.
33 years of age, Callum Watkins. It only seems like 5 minutes since he was coming through as a precocious youngster at Headingley. But he's still doing the business, wearing the red of Salford, as he has for the last few years. And Mark Sneed has a chance to add another 2. That prodigious run of his, of course, ended against Castleford a couple of weeks ago in terms of successive goal kicks. But it all starts again here today. Iconic kicking style of his. Looks as though he's about to kick it to the halfway line, not between the sticks. But it works, so who are we to mock? And it works again. The name of Sneed is shouted out by those Salford fans. And Salford lead by 6 points to 4.
Yeah, well, Ryan Briley at the back, as soon as he gets the ball, it's what he does with it. He's got the ball in 2 hands. He's got defenders guessing what's going to come off, and Callum Watkins goes in for his first try of the year. And what a career he's had. And his transition from centre going into the back row, seamless. He's been exceptional.
Kick-off is caught by Sneed. It's taken by surprise there, Terry, who, to let the viewers in a secret, gave me a bottle of water before we started and didn't realise it was fizzy. It nearly went up my nose. But anyway, Salford back in possession. Here's cross. Mellor.
1-2, back to the line.
Has to go back and play it from the position where he was tackled.
Yeah, just thrashing around a bit too much.
Mellor. You get a sense with Salford, don't you, that it's not a case of just escaping their own territory here and putting a kick on the back. There's always that potential of a break, a little flash of lightning. Sneed, quick hands, like this. Here they come. Cross on that left-hand side. He's got players in red jerseys queuing up, but he can't find the pass to Sneed. Sneed puts it down. It was behind him. But there you go, that's what Salford can deliver. Yeah, well, he had 4 players inside him, didn't he, Dion Cross? He was spoiled for choice, and the execution of that pass has got to be better. You've got to nail it. He does enough. He thinks that he's got Walker interested. He just can't set Mark Sneed free. But that's Salford coming out of trouble. Look to play, look to get you on the edge. It's very rare that they'll go straight up the guts and up the middle of the field. They will look to shift the ball and shift it with some real intent.
Shot clock off.
Well, he wears the number 5 on his back this year, doesn't he, Dion Cross? And he's been playing on the wing for the most part, but he's got enough experience in the centres to be able to deliver a pass a little bit better than he produced there.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed. Do you know, he's good value, isn't he? You know, he's missed just one game since he signed for Salford 2 years ago.
Well, that was clumsy from Meadows, which everybody enjoyed. Even Ryan Briley's having a laugh. I'm not sure when James Meadows was. Anyway, London with a job to do to escape their own territory.
I think you look at this game and you think this is the best 30 minutes performance that they've put up all year. I watched every game that they've played with it.
Well, this is James Meadows a few moments ago, which amused everybody who watched on. Left him a little embarrassed. I don't think Wimbledon Football Club will be looking on, will they? Nice first touch, but the fall was a bit of a pratfall. So London looking to escape. Last play in the set from deep inside their own half. Meadows. Again, he's got plenty of spin on that, despite the pressure coming in. And it just earns his side an extra 5-10 yards, maybe, defensively, and getting up there because of the awkwardness of the bounce.
Yeah, big 10 minutes that they've got the Broncos. Well, they play on the back of a big kicking game. There's nothing wrong with that tackle for me. He was committed. Again, they look to shift and get on the outside with Lafay.
Lafay dancing back towards the middle again now.
They're two big weapons, aren't they? And Lafay and Nenna MacDonald in the centres.
Yeah, we say it many times. I mean, people talk about these are players that nobody else wants, but that back line especially, that three-quarter line, plenty would have that Salford can put out. Especially those two centres. Cust and the full-back in Briley, and quick hands from Watkins, and a step back from MacDonald. Bounces into the hands of Partington, like he had the ball on a string there for a moment. Sneed now, arcing away and crafting away, and Cross takes it on. There were a few passes involved there before London eventually make muscles meet. Stop things in progress. Sneed again working this near side. It's Wright who's found a bit of a gap, but it's stopped by Walker's defensive efforts. Quick pick up by Mellor. This is the last play. Cuss now, they're looking to spin it right. The kick is aimed towards Ryan, but it's over the top of his head. It doesn't quite connect.
Yeah, again, just a bit too much on that, but the change of directions coming down the short side certainly got them. The kick from Cuss just overcooks it. Can't quite get to Ethan Ryan. And there's Ethan Ryan saying, look, instead of the kick, we just needed to pass it. We can fix those defenders. We can try and create the gap on the outside.
So 9 minutes of the half remaining. London 4, Salford 6. I suggest London would definitely have taken this situation before the game kicked off, because not very much in this game. Very much in this game. Another game taking place today, of course. And it's a close one, Warrington against Lee. Over on Sky Sports Action. We give you the choice because every single game live on Sky Sports this year, exclusively. You can't watch every game live anywhere else other than with us. This is Davis at dummy half. Meadows has to reach. Lower trajectory this time. Briley collects safely. Meadows is leading the chase, following his own kick, and Lovell is there as well.
I'd say that a big plus for London in this game, the amount of times they are actually getting to the kick, which means that they're not making mistakes, and that's the reason.
Cross has broken away from two attempted defenders, and Walker's there and has to pin him, otherwise that would have been try time. But Salford again is still flooding forward. Mellor picks it up, and here comes Sneed, who tries to pick his own path and almost does. But within the 10 now, Mellor waiting, Cust, ball in hands, helps it on its way to Watkins. Watkins now with a dummy, and then tries the offload. I think it would have been forward. For all Nenny MacDonald's attempted heroics, I think that would have been forward anyway.
Yeah, and again, they didn't need that, did they? All they needed to do then was just get down and play the ball and try and get them on the next play. All about speed for Salford. Cade Cust throwing the ball out. Callum Watkins goes through, just loses possession.
Almost ended up in the crowd there, didn't he, Nenny MacDonald? Who was the Catalan player that had happened to a few years ago?
Justin Murphy.
At Wigan, wasn't it?
At the DW Stadium. How he got up from that,
that wasn't funny, was it?
No.
Because he hit the railings and toppled over. But it's London who are moving back towards Salford's half of the field.
Ball 2.
And they will still be very much up
Still 2.
and confident. Davis
Goal third.
looking left again. Leyland with a chip over the top. It's not the hottest of chases by those London defenders, and in the end it doesn't matter because the ball bounces out of play.
Well, kicking on the fourth play, and they'll take that. Again, it's a nice little play. You get a bit of a breather, you get the nice weight on it, it goes to the corner, you know exactly where you want it. And the challenge now for London is to restrict the meters from Salford. Don't let them get the ball to the edge, don't let them get the ball to the centre's hands.
Let's go.
So where do they go from here? Salford looking for distance downfield
Hold it, mate.
as quickly as possible. Shorrock's on the field. Here's Lafay.
Police. Goal 2.
Mella. Effort coming in again. McDonald couldn't offload as he's plunging towards the ground. It's well met by Parata, but Partington still gets it away.
That was a nice hit, wasn't it? Good contact from Parata.
Move, Harvey! Hold now. Hold it, mate.
Here's
Hold
Mella.
it, Sam.
Manny McDonald's getting a bit of treatment in back play, you can just see.
Still 4.
Dixon. There's a look at the referee to question whether that was a little high, but the referee says all is fine, and Sneed with the kick. It's a bit of a banana kick towards Ethan Ryan, and he's offside.
Ethan Ryan offside. Ethan Ryan's offside.
Well, Ethan Ryan just chasing up that kick.
Ethan Ryan.
He said it was going everywhere. It was a horrible kick from Mark Sneed.
I'm not sure if did he not mean that? I don't reckon he meant that towards his winger. He wouldn't have known, because he had his back to him, didn't he? He wouldn't have known he was offside.
Stay behind, boys. Okay, Ollie.
He'll tell you he meant it.
Ready?
Leyland kicks out of play. So this is a very decent starting position in this set for London. 5 minutes to the break. My goodness, if they can take a lead into the half-time dressing rooms, that would be a potential turning point for the season. Leyland
Still 1.
taken on again by Harvey Macon, the young player who's on loan from Wigan.
Goal 2.
Making his way in the game. Leyland sides against the pass away to Jones.
Hold it. Hold. Goal third.
Davis. Now Parata.
In the back.
Meadows misdirects with a pass, and they've lost a lot of ground, but at least they've not lost the ball as Story collects.
Hold it. Goal 4.
Here's Kershaw.
Comes up.
Alex Walker. He's not going to get past the welcoming arms of Joe Mella.
Goal 5.
And they're on the last again. Meadows forced into a scruffy kick because of the pressure. And Salford therefore are given maybe a bit more yardage than they might have expected. Briley's trying to turn this into something better, but London's defence closes in.
Yeah, it's a scruffy pass, it's a scruffy kick from London in the back end, and they don't want to put themselves under pressure there the final few minutes.
Here's Cust. Salford would relish another score here, wouldn't they? MacDonald, who's been busy, got a bit of an injury earlier but seems okay now. Mellors having a look. Partington collects the pass. Sneed now putting it back to Briley. Briley to Lafay. Lafay pushing off a couple of defenders and flicking a good pass away for Dion Cross. Cross now back towards the middle. Salford are a threat here. Mella. Partington back on the inside for Dixon, and Dixon grasped at by desperate London defenders, but he's still finding a bit of extra yards. And now it's the last play.
Goal 5.
Mella, and spun away to Lafay, but closed in by Story, but Lafay somehow finds a wriggle-free solution to that, and now they search right. Cust away. Ethan Ryan stepped into the centre's position, but he can't find a way through or an offload. He's tackled out of play, and London get it back.
Well, that's good defence, isn't it, from London? Either side, then you had to be switched on. Lafay goes into the tackle, shows him immense strength to get rid of the London defender, and then they go over to the right-hand side. They're looking up, they're looking to play, they're looking for space. Every time they get hold of the ball, This good ball earlier, what coaches talk about is near their opponent's line. Salford will try anything.
2 minutes of the half remaining.
Hannah, you surrendered, Lee. Nothing on a surrender. One.
I know, talking to 1 or 2 in the Salford camp, they were not considering this an easy game today.
Move, Kane,
They knew they were going to be in for a battle here, and that is proving to be the case.
Well, sooner or later, they're going to come up with a win. They're going to spook somebody, aren't they? They nearly did it when they played against Hull FC in round 3.
There's Davis. Into dummy half goes Leyland. Walker's joining in. Jones with the offload. Maludi searches back towards the middle. Here's Meadows. Meadows now across to Story, and Story with a bit of footwork as well, but can't drag himself past Sneed, who hangs on with a little help of Lafay. They're 45 out, but they're on the last. Maludi, boot to ball. Briley collects, and immediately searches right. And here's Ethan Ryan. And Ryan with a half break. They were just a little light on that left-hand side because Maludi had come a long way over to the right, so the left centre was missing there, and Salford clearly thought there might have been a way through. Offload has gone straight to Leyland, and Leyland now gets it away to McCarney. McCarney can't see a way forward, so he's spinning and still searching. But what a way to finish the half here. 30 seconds. Another set of 6, it hardly matters. They're only going to get another couple of plays, maybe 3 at most. Back to Meadows. Meadows now puts the kick in for the chase. Kershaw waits for the bounce, can't gather it in. That will be the half. And an entertaining half it's been.
Where do you want it, boys? Middle.
They're asking where they want the scrum. It's all rather academic because I don't think anyone's going to be packing down before the hooter sounds.
Yeah, well, Meadows kick there. He can't just quite get the ball to Kershaw, but wow, what an end. And London will take some heart for the way they played in the 40 minutes of this game, but the way they finished as well.
Well, Callum Watkins, a try scorer, and boy, how Salford needed that in the first half, because Ilias McCarney's try in the 18th minute had given London a surprise lead, and this is very much a battle at London Broncos 4, Salford 6 at half-time. Who saw this one coming? This was the moment that Salford finally got on the scoreboard, and we'll have full analysis coming up.
Welcome to a new season, folks. The home of rugby league is right here.
Yeah, buckle up. Look at the emotion.
An absolute flying machine.
Nice work there on duty.
That is an extraordinary moment.
Did miraculously well to get it through.
He jumped like a rainbow and came up with a pot of gold.
Well, there's been, Ben, plenty to entertain us for the Southern Hemisphere already this season, and plenty more to come as well. The Sharks against the Panthers next up on Thursday, the 25th of April, 8:30 Sky Sports Arena. And then the following morning on Friday, the Warriors against the Dolphins at 7:05, also on Sky Sports Arena. But the here and now in London is an interesting one. London Broncos 4, Salford 6. McCarney's trying the 19th, but Watkins scoring the 25th, settling the ship from Salford's point of view, and plenty to look back on that first half, Terry O'Connor.
Well, for London to win this game, they've got to pressure Salford, and that's what led to the opening try. Nice kick it was from Meadows. McDonald gets the ball, forward pass. London get the ball back, they get a scrum, and it was a lovely ball from young Ollie Leyland. You can just see they managed to get the numbers. It was a 3-on-2. Ilias McCarney goes in for the first try. They get that field position that they're after. They get that attacking shape that they want. And they have players like Leyland who can throw a ball and be confident. Even though they're bottom of the table, they've still got players who managed to play the game and play eyes up rugby, and that was good play from them. And this game is certainly alive. And Ollie Leyland class with the pass. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite get the ball between the H's. He's so disappointed from that, but he's had a good first half, the young man, up against the Salford side that come down here on the back of a loss, under a bit of pressure. Ryan Briley pulling the strings, doing a lot of directing from the back. He just gives that ball to Callum Watkins, who was unaware of McCartney, really. McCartney never gave up, but you just like the way that Briley carries the ball, the way that he's played and developed under the Paul Rowley. He's certainly got a lot of confidence, and as soon as he gets the ball, he accelerates, gets between two defenders, and at the right time gives that ball out to Callum Watkins. Nothing in this game at all.
Well, some interesting stats in the first half. A first half that will have encouraged one side, will maybe frustrated the other. Salford shading it in terms of possession, and their completion rate not great, is it, at 57%. London have handled the ball a little better in that respect, but look how many metres Salford have made compared to London in that first half. That is a startling comparison, and 4 penalties conceded as well by Salford to London's 1 in that first half.
Look at the missed tackles as well for London, probably hurting them, but the errors from Salford is certainly keeping London in the game.
Very much in the game at half-time in this match. We've been saying it every week. Will this be the week they get their first win of the Betfred Super League season? Salford fans will be hoping not. They've travelled a distance to support their side today, and will be hoping that their team can kick on and get a comfortable win in the second half, which is coming up. Texts there, we're not doing as well as we thought we might have done. But London Broncos have shown they can pack a punch. Can they do the similar thing in the second half? We'll see in just a moment. It is Rugby League Reloaded for 2024.
Big hit goes in there.
This is getting fiery now, making it all look magic. This is more than just a game. He's prolific this year.
Oh, what a challenge that was. Sensational try.
They go for glory and they win the game. It has been marvellous and memorable. And we have had lots of memorable moments in the season so far, and we're only 8 weeks into the season. Tonight, the 8th round is rounded off by what should be a terrific game. Catalan against Hull KR. Catalan, of course, with that surprise defeat against Huddersfield last week. And Hull Kingston Rovers, who proved quite a package. Sky Sports action, 5:25 tonight, or this evening, for you to watch that. That'll be brilliant from Perpignan. And then it just keeps rolling on into next week and beyond as well. Thursday night, St Helens against Huddersfield. Huddersfield on a run of away wins at the moment. What is it, 5 out of 5? And St Helens back on the horse last night with a big win against Hull. And then Friday, we roll into Hull Kingston Rovers against Wigan, and Lee against Catalan. 2 of the matches on offer on Friday night, and there is a third as well, as you can see. The game at Castleford against London. That's going to be huge, isn't it? That is going to be huge. And then Saturday, Salford back on our screens again at home against Warrington, and Hull FC against Leeds, rounding it all off on Sunday on Sky Sports action, 2:55 on air for that one, 3 o'clock kickoff. So mouth-watering fixtures wherever you look, stories wherever you look in terms of the matches we got to look ahead to. Salford fans have travelled here today in a little bit of hope and expectation. London Broncos fans are here as well, with that iconic shirt of theirs, of course, from the Harlequins days. Remember those days when they were beating Canberra in the World Club Challenge and all of that? Ilias Makani's already got a try to his name today, his 2nd of the season. That was a score that gave his side a lead midway through that first half. But London unable to hang on to that, because Salford had a response in the shape of Callum Watkins. So we're waiting here for Salford to re-emerge. Terry O'Connor alongside us, a former Salford player, of course, amongst the many clubs he graced and starred with. What are we expecting in this second half?
I'm expecting a confident London side. Do you know what? This Salford team, that when they turned up here today, they knew that they probably had to be defensively tough and make sure that the discipline was good. But you look for like which team's got an awful lot of energy, enthusiasm, and London have got it in abundance in this game. And what they've got to do is believe that they can go on and win this game, come up with the plays. When they've looked most dangerous, London, they've been probably around 20 metres away from Salford's line. Scrum plays in centre of the field. They've been managing to get the overlap, and that's how they scored the first try with McCartney. They've got to do the hard stuff the way now. Salford late out onto the field. Let me tell you, Paul Rowley would have been quite honest with them at half-time.
Is there a judgment bias here in that I think most people looking on would expect Salford to kick on and win from here? Is that based on expectations before the match kicked off, or would it be based on what we've seen so far in the game?
Well, what we've seen so far in the game, what we've seen from London early on this year, when they've come into this game, Salford, they're coming in on the back of a loss against Cass. They beat Saints, they beat Hull KR, they beat Leigh, they beat Castleford. So there's games there that you're expecting, like London, to challenge teams, but this is a game that you would have thought that Salford would have reacted and got the result.
Yeah, well, they have been showing signs in that first half. A couple of disconnects in attack from Salford. It might have been a bigger scoreline, but that is not to take anything away from a London side who've dug in there, taken the chance when they were given it. Here's Leyland and Jones. Jacob Jones looking for an offload, on loan from Leigh, of course. Jacob Jones still a market they are working in, the Broncos, that loan market, making, and Thiessen on the bench also falling into that category. But I know they are still looking to recruit more if they can as well. Meadows with a kick away, again under pressure, but again he gets some real height on that, and Briley will collect and run it back. And you just look down at that London squad. I mean, Campagnolo, the Italian international, as Briley catches. Campagnolo, the Italian international, he's 3 or 4 weeks away from being back. Luis Biniek, another 4 weeks. Ethan Nathalie, 2 or 3 weeks before he comes back. Sadiq Adibay is missing today, very close to being playing today, but again, he's one that they're looking to get back. And Billy Leyland, of course, who tragically got that ACL injury before the season began. So that tells you what they're up against, this Broncos side.
Yeah, they are, and like I said, they're looking for around the Super League market, Championship, what they can pick up to help them. They haven't got a big squad, so they've got to get the best out of what they've got on the field.
The elephant in the room, of course, is the IMG judgment that suggests they will not be in Super League next year, no matter what they do on the field. Last play in this set for Salford. Back it comes to Cust, and now Sneed. Sneed looking to tee this one up. Ethan Ryan's chasing it. McCartney has just about done enough to steer it behind the dead ball line. I think even if he caught it clean there, he would have been in trouble. So dropout is the best London could have hoped for.
Yeah, it's a nice place kick, isn't it? Over the shoulder. And McCartney just makes that fumble. Ethan Ryan, he knows that he's going to be around him as soon as he catches that ball, and he makes the mistake, but next best thing is to just knock it dead.
Well, the dropout has given Salford great position here, and talking about lone players, Gil Dudson, who's on loan in the red from the Primrose and Blue of Warrington, just setting that early standards, and now it's with Andrew Dixon. So 10 away with 4 tackles to go. Salford sniffing a bit of London blood here. Can they strike? Mellor goes out of dummy half. Good reaction, though, coming out there to drag him to the ground. It's a ball over the top. Dion Cross will catch it, and a dive for the corner. There's a question hanging in the air. Dion Cross looks confident.
We've got to try.
Referee thinks it's a try. So we're going to the video referee for a decision here.
Tackle 3, got an on-field decision. It's tackle 3, we got on-field decision of try. Just roll it through from this corner angle. So he's in possession, he's in the field of play. He's still in the field of play. He's in possession at this point, and he looks to ground the ball. I'm just going to... I'm just going to check the back angle just to make sure that he does remain in the field of play when the ball's grounded. Thank you, I've made my decision.
Well, decision made. That is on the quiet, quite spectacular, wasn't it, from Dion Cross? We almost get blasé about what wingers do these days. Well, that was some finish. Aaron Moore waiting to confirm this. I think he's going to confirm it as a try with a video ref consultation. But we wait. And there is confirmation. And Dion Cross scores, and just the start that Salford needed at the start of this second half.
Yeah, just 3 minutes into the second half, they managed to go over and score the try, and Mark Sneed throws more or less the same pass as Ollie Leyland threw in that first half when London scored their first. Goes over the top, finds the winger, he goes in. Dion Cross, he's a powerful winger, like I said, played a lot of centre. Certainly a bargain buy for Salford over the last couple of years. And Salford now, well, those travelling fans are now starting to get behind the side.
Well, Sneed with a kick here, but this is just a little bit of a hesitation between this point and the restart. And the question there is, how do both sides react to that early Salford score? Do London find it within themselves to get back in this game, or does Salford kick on from here? Sneed is back to his kicking best, and that won't help the London cause, because it is now a 2-score lead that Salford have here.
Well, incredible, isn't it? Do you know, the man that you got like that, who just knocks him off from the sideline, a pressure kick. Well, this is the pressure pass that he threw, goes over the top. He gets to the winger, Dion Cross, he goes in, scores the try. And well, for London now, they are behind on the scoreboard, but they can't panic. They stuck with them, they went set for set with Salford in that first half. They can't collapse now, they've still got to believe that they can go on and get the result here.
The pass from Sneed will be known in certain parts of the world as the Sydney Harbour Bridge pass, but Terry O'Connor will tell you it's a Runcorn Bridge pass, that, wasn't it?
Identical.
Salford back in possession, and in a little bit more of a comfortable position on the scoreboard than they have been throughout the afternoon so far. Do they build from here? We shall see. How do the team in black find a response? Dixon searching back, and Dixon almost finding a way through. Mellor wants it played quickly, gets it now. Cust with a carry, and again some big meters being made here.
Yeah, nice and direct from the half-back, wasn't it? You can see that London just aren't getting off the line when half's making that many meters.
It means that Sneed has got a chance to put an attacking kick in, which is what he does, and Walker's underneath it and protects himself with his hips as he leaps. But London start from there, and Salford will not be complaining about that position. They'll be looking to deny them as much room as possible, but that's a super carry by Maludi.
Yeah, he just needs to get up and play this ball quickly, don't he?
And Leyland comes out of the back of that, and we talked about Salford making big meters. Suddenly London are doing the same here.
Yeah, they need to get those quick play the balls sorted ASAP. All the quick players are coming in. Nice drive from Kershaw.
Yeah, they're up to the halfway line. This is a super set at the moment from the Broncos' point of view. From the point of defence to that no-look pass from Parata. Taken on by Makin. Last play. Coming next, Davis. Back to Meadows. Meadows again. Again, the pressure was on him, but he has scooped it high. Briley catches, and in turn, he's caught by Kershaw.
Well, he's certainly tough, isn't he, Meadows? He's been getting a lot of attention. That every time he kicks the ball, he's been getting left on the ground.
Well, it was Dudson who came flying in there, and just have a look at Dudson there, wandering behind the play the ball. He was swinging his arm about. I think he came off the second best there. He's certainly felt that.
Still two.
Well, that's a good offload again. Watkins travelling with intent. Offloads, he's not tackled. Ryan takes it on again. Bonus meters made.
Goal three.
Mellor. Here comes Partington. Partington will straighten up. Testing the resolve of that London defence, but Makin was there They've both got Wigan stamped all over those two, haven't they, those two players? The kick again for McCarney, and, well, he's... In fact, I think he's actually played that really cool, and he claims he didn't get a touch on that.
Just check the restart, please.
Well, we're having a look at the restart here with a video referee. Was that super cool from McCarney, or did he just miss the ball?
It was a bit of panic all of a sudden, though, wasn't it?
Does he get a touch?
So we're just checking the restart. The on-field call is 20-metre restart. So I just need to look, see whether he does touch the ball. It's difficult to tell on that angle. And it is then touched by Salford, so we need to just check the other angle, see whether it is touched at this point when his foot is close to it. So we'll just check this one. So the ball's still moving, the ball's still moving. Again, there's insufficient evidence to overturn the live call. I've made my decision.
20-metre restart. So tap back on the 20, and Ilias McCarney is either the coolest customer on the field, or he's just got away with one.
Well, I'll tell you what, he was nervous then because there was inches in it, wasn't it? No, they concede that try. They go to what, 3 tries behind, then it makes it really difficult for London then to have the belief that they can actually go on to win the game.
Hugo Tisson's on the field as well, heavily strapped up as well, the French international, in at dummy half. There he is. Latest acquisition. There's another of the new boys in making, relative new boys. Parata looking to straighten things up.
He's got some speed from dummy half, Tisson.
Straightened up by Stork. Stork with the offload. Tisson gets it away, and now Parata carries it an extra couple of yards. Parata struggles into a decent position here for London. Things developing. Salford's line comes off quickly. Meadows puts it back again. It's Makin who just hammers it forward. Tisson rolling up at acting half. Last play in the set here. Meadows. Little chip this time. And Kershaw up, but I think it's Cross who wins it, and Salford have possession back.
Good take from Cross. You could see that when he goes up for that ball, his eyes are on it. He's not going to make that mistake. He was under some pressure, wasn't he? And again, Meadows gets a lovely kick away, an attacking kick.
There's an injury here, and this will be a concern because Tim Lafay has stayed down, and he doesn't look great, does he?
No, it's like he got folded over with a London player just caught on the lower part of him, and then the defenders over the top just seem to push and force him backwards. So he tries to use the...
Yeah. There were things there that were bending that shouldn't really bend in the human body. It's a lower limb, isn't it?
Yeah, Will Lovell, who gets caught on the back of him, drops down onto his limb. And when he does that, it's like a dangerous sort. It puts him in like a dangerous position, Tim Lafay. With the defenders up top and the work that they're doing, forcing him, trying to grapple him and take him to the ground.
Well, this will be a concern for the Salford bench because their resources do not run deep. They're already missing 1 or 2 because of injury. As much as this looks a very good team on paper, and you can see the concern there as well, can't you? They can't afford to lose too many of their star men. What was it, a 24-man squad they named at the start of the year? Gil Dudson's come in since then to add a bit of depth to that, but the sight of Tim Lafay down and receiving treatment on the back of this moment.
Well, he's such a big player for them, isn't he? Coming out of backfield, good footwork, strong. And Will Lovell there, you can see as he just drops down, he lands on his ankle.
It's the right ankle, isn't it? Oh, yes. Oh, dear. Well, hence the reason for that concern. instructions being laid out. Is this the one that you think the video referee might be having a look at?
Absolutely. The video ref, Liam Rush, will be just having a look at the replays, talking to Aaron Moore. And just the injury, you don't want to see like your star players like Tim Laffey pick up an injury like that. He loses the tackle.
That's a good side, isn't it? Yeah. That is a good side. You know. So there will be a discussion now between the video referee and the referee.
Well, when a defender loses, do you know, he loses his feet and he drops away we go.
So let's hear from the referee, because having had a word from the video referee, there's a decision to be made.
So that's 10 minutes.
10 minutes in the sin bin for Lovell. Will Lovell gets the yellow card, and London Broncos are down to 12.
You know, he'll shake his head, and when you look at that, you lose your legs and you fall on somebody. Unfortunately, he lands on his ankle, and he's put him in that dangerous position. You can see, look, he drops, and because he drops like that and he lands on his ankle, look, I don't think there's any intention. It's just a poor tackle. It's sloppy from Will Lovell, but in the end it ends up dangerous, which is why he spends 10 minutes in the sin bin.
So London Broncos down to 12, Salford having already grasped the advantage in the early stages of this second half, and now Salford, on the back of a penalty, can launch a set inside their opponent's half. All things are pointing the way of the Reds at the moment, but they need to take advantage of what they've got. Brierley dancing in, looking for a way out. Mellor onto Partington. Partington with the offload. Here's Shorrocks on the field, by the way, for Gil Dudson, who's gone off a while ago in the latest interchange. Mellor back to Sneyd. Sneyd now taking on that line again, using the inside runner Dixon as a bit of a foil, and now he looks as though he's a little shaken, but he's up bravely to play it. But he's certainly holding the back of his neck there, Mark Sneyd, but he's going to be okay. Mellor again. Back it comes. Mellor back to Sneyd again. Sneyd now to Brierley. Brierley with plenty to pick from there, and Laffey is the man, and Laffey's having a push, but two London defenders keeping him at bay and just shoving him back a yard or two. This is Sneyd. Sneyd with a crossfield kick. Up goes MacDonald. Prodigious leap, but it's dropped by Dixon, and it has been knocked on.
Well, it's a good take, wasn't it, from Nene MacDonald? There wasn't any panic when he jumps for this ball. It's a good kick into the perfect space from Mark Sneyd, and just a nice pass back to Andrew Dixon, who just couldn't quite take that ball. And they've got it all on here now, London, to make some meters, get the ball away from their try line.
As a reminder of what's coming up on Sky Sports, the most imminent of those, of course, is that game at 5:25 this afternoon, the Catalan against Hull KR game. You do not want to miss that. It should be a cracker. Meantime, London with a man down for the next 8 or 9 minutes from here. Tisson is a dummy half, and it's a penalty. Mellor's complaining he was being held in, but the penalty goes London's way.
Well, this will help them, won't it? Barata earns his side a penalty. Managed to keep hold of the ball for another minute. Didn't quite get the distance on that kick, Meadows, then.
We say it so often in games, but the next score really is crucial here, isn't it? If London can get it and get themselves back in the contest, then strap yourselves in. But if Salford get the next score, then you'd imagine they power on to a very comfortable victory from there.
Yeah, well, Salford look hungry, don't they? When he gets that ball, Hakim Maludi, he runs backwards 10 metres. That's not what needed. You need to go the other way. You need to go forward.
Swung left to Jones. Jacob Jones. Maludi. Leyland. Here's Parata. Tisson. Leyland again. They're keeping the ball moving, but they're not making too many yards at the moment. It's a little lateral And so on the 5th, they kick on the back of that, Leyland, and cross underneath it. Eyes on the ball, a little bit of a juggle, but now he's off and Dion Cross goes herring away. It's all about whether Walker can get to him. He stands him up and Walker does sized him up. Good full-back play from Alex Walker. Just kept control of that situation. But Salford going again. Mellor cuts back, thought he saw a gap. Here's Vuniyayawa, ball in one hand, shoulder thrust forward on the other side. And it's knocked on by King Vuniyayawa, who's claiming that Tison had a hand on that. But it is London who get away with it.
Yeah, well, Hugo Tison, he'll be happy with that. He's not the biggest Tison. And King Vuniyayawa, every time he's carried the ball, he's caused some issues. Hasn't he? Look, he's trying to get up. He just fumbles it himself. Yeah, there are men around, but he's got to have better control. That's a loose carry from him as he's trying to get up, play the ball. And Dion Cross, I think he's been very good in this game. Look at that, the footwork gets between two defenders. And good play from Alex Walker. Like you said, he sized it up perfectly.
Okay, head in you go.
Offered him the outside, was aware that the inside step was coming and nailed it.
That tackle's just kept London in the game.
Wow, that was dramatic, Terry. The way you looked at me there. Here's Kershaw. Kershaw travelling well. Tison up and going. Parata. Tison again.
Time space, go third, play on.
Tison flicks it back. Stock. He's put his head down and has a go forward here.
And sometimes that's what's needed.
Go forward.
Looking to set a platform. Parata crunched. And it's a penalty.
Offside, King Vuniyayawa.
Offside, the referee says.
It's offside.
Joe Shorey's come up with a decent shot then, but King Vuniyayawa was offside. Yeah. He's not missed much, has he, Aaron Moore?
Wait. Come on, King.
Tison will take the tap. London 4, Salford 12. It's been a frustrating day for the team in red. A heartening day for the team in black, who've stayed in the contest all the way through. Parata flings it back. Oh, that's a poor pass. Walker, all he can do is just keep possession.
Hold it, mate. King, hold it.
Tison once more. He's probing this left-hand side. Maludi. Mellor gathers him in and puts him down. Here comes Parata. Making, just driving it forward, the young prop. He's been playing at Barrow this year as well, the mighty Barrow. Harvey Makin on loan there before he came here. Parata, short pass, Stock, might not thank him for that because Salford players were all over him. And the referee saying there was a bit of a tip there.
Well, they're getting a couple of penalties, aren't they now? A couple of calls going in London's way. We've just got to keep on working hard here. Down to 12 men, they've got to keep on fronting up, make sure they do the right thing.
Yeah.
King Vuniyayawa, he just upends him, and he could find himself in the bin here.
Yeah, there might be trouble ahead here for King Vuniyayawa.
Well, he comes in, he just drops in. You've seen those all year. They've been 10 minutes in the bin.
You say very little need for that.
The tackle was more or less complete.
Well, the video referee is speaking again to the referee. So that was the here's a tackle again.
Well, that tackle's complete. It's finished there.
Yeah.
King Vuniyayawa, he's got to go for 10 minutes.
It's the lift, isn't it? And we do know that any time you see legs go through the horizontal, it is at the very least a penalty.
Yeah.
Referee's still getting that word in his ear. Here we go. Here we go. King Vuniyayawa's in a bit of trouble.
Let me explain it to you. So, I'll wait for Callum as well. I'll explain it to you, boys. Let me explain it to you. So, you've come in, you've lifted the leg,
Watkins is over
and then
there
you've
as skipper.
To land on his head. That is a red card. You're off.
It's a red card for King Vuniyayawa. He's away for the game. London fans are celebrating that because that levels things up for the moment. And it means that for the rest of the game, Salford are down to 12. Vuniyayo, I can't believe it. He doesn't want to go, but that is just an unnecessary red card.
Just didn't need to come in. You know, he comes in, it's definitely a 10 minutes. I think when the London player goes down, he tucks himself and he makes it look 10 times worse, the way that he's going to fall. Any player that lands on the shoulder or on the head, especially the shoulder this year, it's been 10 minutes in the bin. He gets the red card from the referee with help from the video referee. Well, that's just evened it up, hasn't it?
Well, 12-12 for the moment, but it'll be advantage London in about 5 minutes or so when Will Lovell comes back on the field. In fact, less than that. And London here find themselves again in a very good attacking position. This will be cat amongst the pigeons if they can get over the line. Makin is stopped. Tisson at dummy half. Parata's missed out. Back it goes to Leyland and Walker and Maludi. And now McCarney, and McCarney steps, but Salford's defence very sharp, getting across there, cutting down all options for the Broncos winger. Here's Leyland. It's with Parata. Now Meadows. There's a bit of space on that right-hand side. Walker seeks an inside path, and he offloads it, and it went forward. And that really was a bit of a brain explosion for the fullback, because he's given simple possession away.
Well, that's it. Sometimes there is that bit of panic that comes in, thinking you got to score at every play. Look, he's looking for the offload. He's looking to get the ball back to Meadows instead of just keeping calm. Because you're up against 12 men, you've got 12 men yourself, but you're up against 12 men, you're always looking for that space. You're looking to force that pass. Keep calm.
Well, Salford will be breathing a sigh of relief here, because they were under pressure there. It is a 2-score lead, but if London had managed to get something back then that would have lifted their spirits immeasurably. But as it is, spirits quelled, and Salford with a chance just to conservatively bring it forward here.
Well, London need to try and force the issue here with some strong defence. They give a penalty away, though. So Hakim Maludi just spending too much time in the tackle. Well, line speed is infectious. The right end of the field, your teammates around your left, your man on your left, man on your right, you're talking to him, you get off the line, you're trying to force the error. You don't want to give him the penalty. This kick here now from Mark Sneed, that gets him out of trouble.
Well, these are the games coming up for Salford in the next few weeks, and some big games in amongst them there as well. In full Warrington is next up, and then away at Huddersfield. Lee away as well. They've got a bit of good history there recently, and Wigan at home, and then London again on the 2nd of June. I mean, every game in Super League it provides a problem, doesn't it? You know, there's nothing there that you'd suggest was too easy, and especially the way London are performing here today. Up goes Mellor. Tries to get away from Parata, who's not going to let go. Tisson joins in as well. Salford needing to settle the ship. Back to Sneed. Sneed changes direction. So much footwork there, he lost his footing. Sidestep too far. Ended up on his backside. Mellor, this is the last. Atkin, who's on the field from the bench. Little chip kick from him. McDonald is up there again. Watkins tries to get it away. He got a hand there from McCarney, so Salford get another set of 6 here. They're on the 0 tackle. Briley puts down, wants to get up and play it quickly. Gets it as quickly as possible. London are back to 13 men now, because Lovell's back on the field, but my goodness, they need their 13 men, because Salford are asking all the questions. Mellor spinning it back. Sneed again. Out it goes. Lafai with the footwork. London gathering it in. London fighting for their lives, but on their own line. It's with Sneed. Shorrocks puts it back for Mellor. Mellor dragged down. Atkins standing right. Sneed standing left. It's the way of Sneed it goes. Shorrocks with a step again, urging himself towards that line. Still going. Eventually put down. 2 plays to go. Mellor has to be patient. Now it's with Sneed. Sneed trying to run a few rings here. Not happy with the direction to the right, so goes left. It's taken on by Lafai. Lafai now dancing away. Back to Sneed. Out to that left-hand side. Shorrocks now bringing it back towards the middle. just driving it in. In fact, it's Wright who's driven it in. Put down.
Oh, mate, hold.
Last play, Mellor, parting turn, flat again, Shorrocks barges in, London hang on. There's a little celebratory look to their body language on the back of that. They've survived a real storm there.
Yeah, they get a lot of confidence from that. Some frustration as well from Salford. Ollie Partinson, when he gives that little tip on play to Joe Shorrocks, there was players screaming for the ball out wide. Depression, London had all the answers though.
Well, London are looking ahead into some big games as well coming up in the next few weeks. Castleford away, and the way those two clubs' seasons have started, that will be a landmark game. And Leeds away the week after that, and they've got Hull FC as well, so 3 games there. If they can't get over the line here today, will be encouraged by the performance they put up today, and will think that hopefully from their point of view a win is not too far away. Picked up by Thiessen. We're not finished here yet. We've not finished here. 12-4 Salford, but far from done and dusted. 19 minutes to go. And of course, Salford playing with a man down for the rest of the game. Ethan Ryan catches.
Another wicked kick from Meadows, just trying to put some pressure on Ethan Ryan, who was up to that task.
Here's MacDonald.
Every time he gets the ball, looks so dangerous, doesn't he? Look at that, meters after contact.
Unbelievable, isn't it? He must have run more with hands on him than he did before he was touched. This is cross. Here's Mellor. Lafay ranging down that left-hand side. Pick up by Mellor, who fancies a little dart himself, directing traffic behind him.
Nice line from Partington.
And a good quick play the ball as well on this the last, and Sneed knows it is. Lafay, and almost intercepted by Lee Kershaw.
Oh, he just couldn't resist, could he? Stuck his right arm out, couldn't take it in. It was a real good, strong, powerful charge from Partington. Managed to play the ball quickly, which they looked like they were going to get him on that left-hand side, and he pulled the trigger and comes in. Sticks his right arm out, gets hold of the ball, knocks it on the floor. We've got another set to deal with here now.
I think of the game, I think it was a Huddersfield game here a few weeks ago where Lee Kershaw had a couple of interceptions to save tries and score tries, if memory serves.
You all right, Will?
Here's a concern, though. Not long back on the field.
I think it's the run from Ollie Partington. Look, it's a great carry back against the grain, leaves him on the floor, just hits the ball with some power. He comes down, he lands on his head with his hips, and he struggled from that to get up.
He's okay. Yep, no head injury assessment. Shoulder's working as it should be. Still fresh from that spell on the sin bin. But London having to withstand another assault on their line here, because Salford with a head and feed. And here they come, the side in red, looking to put this game to bed, which surely another try would do. Briley can't wriggle away from the attentions of Leyland, who gets himself entangled there as the ball is played. So penalty for Salford.
Yeah, Ollie Leyland's the man who's been penalised. You know, they're just looking to attack then Nene MacDonald behind the ruck. You know, he's just caught in the ruck, kicks the ball forward. Quite a bit to deal with here.
17 minutes to play. Salford are in sight here. Mellor. Now Sneed. But London's defence again is proving to be robust just at the moment. Can they hang on? Mellor back to Sneed. Sneed to Atkin. Atkin, little duck and a dart. He nearly found a way through, but 2 defenders pushing him down. Briley. Here's Sneed. Sneed changes direction. Taken on by Watkins. Watkins not going much further than that. Pick up by Mellor. Mellor dummies, and then it goes to Atkin. Atkin throws it back to Briley. Briley again. MacDonald's going to be held up. London's defence at the moment is a little heroic. And Salford have one last chance to find a way through. Atkin to Sneed. Sneed now eventually puts Boots to ball. Kershaw underneath it, but when he comes down, well, I was going to say, we'll be carrying to in goal. He's done ever so well to stay in the field of play.
Outstanding play, isn't it, from the winger? They're doing it tough here. They're under the pump. Salford can just sense something. They've had a couple of cracks at the line. Like you said, they've been heroic in the defence.
Well, they are putting it on in defence themselves now, Salford. Because what is that? 4 tackles, and they're barely up to the 10-metre line, so they're going to have to kick from very, very deep. Maludi. Yep, here we go. They'll be looking for a big one from Meadows, all the way back to his own 10-metre line. The pressure is huge, but somehow he finds a way out of that. And the kick is away for Ryan.
Well, that's a knock on that.
Off his chest, I think.
Oh, it looked like it come off it right arm for me.
I think there's a few thousand London fans who are in agreement with you as well. But now he's hurt.
Yeah, it comes off his right arm for me. Now that's a knock on, and Meadows did ever so well. He was under some pressure. He managed to step off his left foot, find a bit of space. He gets a kick away to that man Ethan Ryan, who's come off second best.
He was grab around the ankle as when he went down on the knee there as well. A sharp look of pain.
Yeah. Jacob Jones, the man who made the tackle, he gets hold of him, and as he's trying to twist out the tackle, he injures himself. But for me, I thought that this was a knock on. It come off his left or his right forearm, and the London fans saw it. The London fans called for it. But they didn't manage to get hold of it. The decision that they were after.
As he goes on, there's a little bit of concern. There's a body language that tells you life is not over comfortable just at the moment for Salford. For the game today, of course, Warrington against Lee, and this is how it stands at the moment, with Lee leading narrowly. That might surprise a few.
Ethan's got to play it then, pal. Just there, Ethan. Tackle one.
So good game there, good game here.
Second, wait.
Salford haven't quite made sure of this game. Not just yet.
Hold it, mate.
This is Mellor. Here's Partington. Ollie Partington down underneath a couple of London defenders, wants to roll up and get his played as quickly as he can. Mellor goes left again. Sneed with a short pass. Push on by Wright. Mellor.
Go for
Sneed. Mrs. Shorrocks goes to Atkin. Now it's Briley. Briley with a dummy and almost skids through, but Leyland just about keeping a hold of his shirt. Enough to help him to drag him down. Ryan, who's okay now, back to Atkin. Atkin with a kick. The little chip. Sneed's after it. McDonald's after it. Batted back to Ryan again, but London defenders were recovering well.
Well, he's the go-to man, isn't he, in the well, everyone thought that they were going to kick over to Salford's left-hand side, but they assessed the situation, goes in the to Nene MacDonald, who's looking for one of his teammates, but he just can't quite get that ball back to Ethan Ryan. Ollie Leyland done a tremendous job defensively in that set of 6.
For all that London are still in the game in terms of that scoreboard, 4 points to 12, they haven't had a lot of time at the other end of the field. They've spent a lot of this second half at this end of the field. Salford do have that element of control on this, don't they? Oh, that's a poor play the ball. Yep. And Salford will get it back.
It's a neutral. It's incorrect. You're rushing to play it.
Yeah, incorrect play the ball. There's a problem. Is it Mark Sneed that's down in back play? Well, it's all about urgency. It's all about getting down, getting up, playing the ball as quick as you can. But you've got to play it correctly. And one of the most experienced players, Reece Kennedy, he's trying to win that collision, get up, play it. Mark Sneed just pulls away from that. He cops one from the big prop forward as he's going in to try and dominate him.
Wait there, Ollie, just a step back, mate.
Well, he was holding the back of his neck a little earlier as well, wasn't he? Whether that's just worsened things, he's staying on, he's okay.
He's took a proper whack as he's tried to go in and get Kennedy.
A little shaken at the moment, but I'm sure he'll recover. This is Atkin. And here comes Nella. Salford edging closer. Absolutely dominating position at the moment, but needing a try to settle just one or two nerves. Atkin trying to push away Tisson. Mella. Joe Mella. Now with Brierley. And they're looking further across again as Shorrocks tries to burst his way through. How many tackles to go in this set? Couple to go. Nella picks up, and Sneed with a double pump. Trying to crash through, but they're hanging on here again, London, but that has been the best of it, hanging on. Sneed again with a kick across field. MacDonald is up there. The ball bounces dangerously, and it'll be out of play. And Ryan Brierley, I think, might have got a touch there, but too difficult to get that down. And they're back on the 20-metre mark with a 7-tackle count here.
Yeah, and that's what needed. Mark Sneed was calling for that play. He was telling Nene MacDonald that he was going short. He wasn't going to the wing at Ethan Ryan. He wanted the ball to drop just on Nene's head. And let's not forget that Salford are down to 12 men here.
Yeah, as they have been since the 55th minute. And they've still got another 11 minutes with that man down. Leyland trying to twist his way out of that situation. Parata in a dummy half, a position he's no stranger to. Meadows. There's Lovell. Well, it's a little bit of relief here from London. They've got possession, and they are within 30 metres or so of their opponent's line. Meadows with a pass, and a big charge from Butler. It's kept alive, but dangerously so, as it turns out. And Salford happy to have it back again.
Well, he had the call from Rhys Kennedy, but unfortunately couldn't get it to him. I think goes over. When he goes through it, it's a strong carry. He comes onto the left-hand shoulder instead of on the right-hand side. He changed position when he called for it.
Here's Brierley.
He's got a match in here now, London. And get off the line. Rhys Kennedy again getting off the line and leading by example.
Miller, of course, playing in that dummy half position today. He's played big minutes. I think he's been on the whole game, hasn't he? And the Burrow, of course, suspended for this match. This is MacDonald. Good effort from MacDonald. Thought about the offload, but Meadows was close by. Sneed. Sneed puts it high. Walker underneath it. No real pressure in terms of red shirts heading his way, but they do get to him in the end, and he's only 5 from his own line.
Well, everyone's got to get on board here now for London and make another substitution now to bring him back on. Sam Davis, the starting hooker, try and generate some speed around that ruck area. What can they do?
9 minutes to go. London need to score twice. It's still very much against them in that reckoning.
And that won't help them. Trying to just sneak an extra metre or two, not playing the ball in the correct area.
Well, they've got a bit of space here. It was a no-look pass from Walker, I should say. And if he'd had his time again, I think he would have looked.
Panic. It's just panic. You see a defender just make the decision to wedge in, come in and shut you down. You just throw like a blind pass. And Alex Walker, like I say, he has that time again. He doesn't throw that ball. Just stay calm. Sometimes you've got a word of whack in this game. You've got to take the tackle, you've got to get down, you've got to get up, and you've got to play it.
Just on this line, boys.
So Salford still in control.
Hold it here, boys.
Hasn't been the free-scoring win that they would have hoped for today, but after defeat against Castleford the other week, they'll be happy to get back on the winning podium if they can see through this next 7.5 minutes. Sneed. Partington stops and starts again. Atkin. Here's Watkins. Mella. Sneed again directing traffic on the inside. Comes to him now, the Salford number 7. This is Shorrocks. Battling it in.
Mundine! Hold it. Go for
Nella. And an effort! And a dummy half almost sees him over.
Move! Find space, Joe! Find space for.
Just about kept short. Atkin. Sneed. Sneed changing direction. Shorrocks. They've asked a lot of questions, but the Broncos have provided a lot of answers. It's with Atkin again. Atkin's little chip. MacDonald almost inevitably gets a hand on that, but can only knock it backwards. The situation is quickly smothered, and London get it back again.
Yeah, they've done a decent job. The last 10 minutes, they've diffused a lot of the situations. The kick goes up from Chris Atkin. Nene MacDonald, yet again, is the go-to man, isn't he? They just couldn't come up with the points, and again, desperate for some quick play. The ball's here. McCarney gets down on the ground, tries to get up. Ollie Partington controlling that play of the ball.
Here's Parata.
Just a push.
But for all their defensive work has been good and solid, London, they have to get to the other end.
And that's been the problem. In this second half, in particular, we've not really looked up to our left, where they've been attacking Salford's line. They've not really managed to pressure them.
Davis dragged down. Oh, played the ball, almost gives it away. Kennedy's got it all on to keep it going. They're on the last play here, London. They've got to take a bit of a risk. It's picked up by Leyland. Leyland bowls it back. It all gets very untidy. A little bit panicked again. And Salford should have it.
And that would be the message, wouldn't it, from Mike Eccles? There's a lot of things that he's going to be really happy with what he saw. The determination, the willingness to stay in the battle with Salford today, expecting the reaction from Salford's loss last week against Castleford. And they've had some good periods in the game. Defensively, I think they've been sound. That's the best defensive display that they put up all year. So there's things for the coaching staff to take away from this.
Here's MacDonald, who's been robust again today, and that has been such a feature of his game, hasn't it?
Move! Hold Sam, hold it. Hold.
Atkin. Here's Watkins. Salford will just look to see time out here. Partington. Right. Back in familiar territory here, Salford.
Go third.
Inside that London half. Sneed. London's defence advancing. Cutting down his option of the pass across.
Go forward.
MacDonald again. Lafay.
Go forward.
Look back towards the middle. When all else fails, and MacDonald does well, and Briley tries to step, but Walker's stepped with him. Last 4.5 minutes. It's back with Sneed. Sneed's kick, Kershaw can't get there, not back, Lafay touches down, and that now is for sure a Salford win, if it's given. The referee's going for the video referee here. A couple of questions hanging in the air.
We've got to try. Just
soft try on the field, but let's hear what the video referee has to say.
Thanks, Aileen. Thank you.
We've got to try, it's tackle 5. It's from a kick. We've got to try, it's tackle 5. It's from a kick, so we're going to check onside, offside first, into then grounding. So we'll pause the ball on the foot. All the players to the left of the kicker are onside, so we can now go through to the grounding. That's a genuine contest for the ball. Just going to go back to the previous angle just to check that the ball does go backwards from this point. So the ball has to go backwards relative to the floor. So I'm going to see if we can get any better angles on that. Still need to see who actually touches that ball, so we'll go back to this angle. So the ball's in the air, the ball's still in the air. It's touched by it's touched by Kershaw first, and it's then touched by the Salford player. So we know it's been touched by Salford, we just need to determine whether the ball goes forwards or backwards from the Salford player's hand.
Well, we seem to have a few technical problems there with the video referee. So all eyes on Aaron Moore. The video referee has made the decision. Here it comes. So the video referee giving his judgment to the referee. No try. So it's not done quite yet. Salford's still very healthy here, leading by those 8 points, but would have made absolutely sure. Terry, what do you make of it?
Well, off the side of his boot, Mark Sneed kicks it. The video referee says that Deon Cross has knocked that ball forward. Look at that for the kick. Precision. Deon Cross, as he's trying to knock the ball backwards, it unfortunately comes off his hand, goes forward. So it's a bit of a lifeline. It's an impossible task to win the last 4 minutes for London.
Well, we've seen games turn around from bigger margins than this, but most of this second half has been played right where it's being played now, so you cannot see London getting out of this situation. Salford are just choking the game now in their favour, aren't they?
25 minutes with 12 men since King Vuniyayawa got sent off. Well, they've done it really, really tough. And Salford, sometimes you've got to win ugly, Dave. And I think that's what this win is. It's a real ugly win. Not a great performance from Salford, but they managed to get the 2 points here, I believe.
It's looking that way just at the moment. 3.5 minutes to go. Not just position, but time very much against the Broncos. This is taken on by Kennedy and gets a pass away, and suddenly there's a little bit of excitement here as Maludi and now McCarney with a kick back on the inside. It's an awkward bounce, and it is taken by Joe Miller, and Salford survived that little flurry of a scare.
You could see what they were doing, and when he kicks this ball, he's looking for Alex Walker. Unfortunately, loses footing. You know, sometimes that you look at players and you look at opportunities that you've had in the game, and that was certainly an opportunity that London had.
3 minutes to go.
Police 3. Hakeem. Goal 3.
There's Cross.
Oh. Move. Goal 4.
This is Watkins.
5. Move. Goal 5.
Here's Miller. Sneed behind the 40-metre mark, but that should be academic.
Yep.
Caught by Kershaw. One last chance for London. Salford respond.
Move.
I think London will be really disappointed the way that this second half has played out in particular. They were in the game in the first half, just losing, trailing by 2 points.
Goal 2.
Came out, you looked at them, they're full of confidence, and not managed to just pull that result off, though.
Here's Leyland. Last set. You'd imagine this is the last set that London will have possession of the ball. Parata. Oh, it's a drifting pass that nearly fell into enemy hands, but London do just about keep a hold of it. Story on that occasion. Meadows. Lovell trying to create something out of nothing for Kershaw. I think it's going to be London's head and feet here, isn't it?
I don't think this was played at, to be fair. Well, Lovell kicks the ball, it ricochets off a Salford player. Been impressed with Meadows, the number 7. for London, along with his half-back partner in Ollie Leyland. Both of those have had a real dig. We look at the forwards. Reece Kennedy has put his hands up to do a lot of the tough work. And again, they look at the scoreboard at the end and they'll see it's another loss against the name.
Yeah. But at least it's not an absolute smashing, which they've had a few times this season.
Look, there's a couple of games that they'll look back at the end of the year and think, right, well, we should have got the result against Hull FC in round 3, and maybe we should have got the result against Salford.
Should or could?
Could have.
Could have.
Could have.
Yeah. But Salford, for all that scoreline is not as emphatic as Salford would have liked, I think they will consider themselves to have dominated, certainly the second half, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think Nene MacDonald's been a big plus for them. I think he's been outstanding in this game for them. They've been directed around from the likes of Mark Sneed.
Here's Atkin, and that will be the final hooter. So London's wait for that first win goes on. There's an element of frustration from their point of view because they've run a team close here today in terms of that scoreboard. Salford certainly a long way from perfect, but they got the job done and they are back up to winning ways. Callum Watkins' first half try steering them towards that half-time lead, and in the second half a couple of tries. Dion Cross was scoring, in fact just the one try in that second half from Dion Cross. McCartney's score in the first half had given London hope, but it never extended much beyond that. We'll be hearing from both coaches before and the man of the match before we go off there, and we'll be back with analysis very soon. Well, welcome back. Win here today for Salford, 12 points to 4, back on the winning horse after losing to Cass a couple of weeks ago. But a win here today, but maybe not by the emphatic margin that some might have thought. London Broncos still searching for their first win of the Super League season. And maybe they didn't come close today, as that scoreline might have suggested, but they certainly put up a fight today as well. Terry O'Connor has selected the player of the match today, and he's come up with Nene MacDonald, who joins us now. Nene, congratulations on your performance. Was there an element of frustration today that you couldn't quite put London away?
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, the first half, I think we bombed 3 or 4 tries, and we should have put them away, and I think that put us on the back foot for the rest of the game.
But I mean, to get back to winning ways again after Castleford, the disappointment at Castleford, I guess that's the most important thing today. Yeah, it's a long travel, 5 hours down to London, and if you take them lightly, they can steal a win away from you. So to come down and get back on the horse, get on the win, and set us up for the next few weeks. And your own performance today, how pleased were you with that? I mean, we thought you really stood out with the offloads and the strong running. How pleased were you with your performance today?
Yeah, I was very happy with my performance today. Trying to get back on the front foot after, obviously, the month of Ramadan has just finished, and I'm back, can concentrate on footy now and get back into the stride of it.
Yeah, and you've had some big wins this year. The win against St Helens is standout. You've got some big matches coming up now, haven't you? Warrington at home, Huddersfield away. This is going to be a real testing time to the season now.
Yeah, I can't wait to play them. You chuck on the boots, chuck on the jersey to play the tough teams, and I think Warrington have been playing very well this year, and Huddersfield, there'll be a good test for us. So these next few games will show our true colours and see how we perform after those 2 games.
Well, brilliant. Well done, Nene. The Betfred player of the game today. Congratulations on your performance today, and congratulations on the win.
Cheers, mate. Have a good day, eh? See you later.
Well done to Nene MacDonald. Well done to Salford. And Terry, just talk us through some of the highlights of that match today.
Well, London were in the game at half-time for me, and you know, you look at the second half, only just 1 try in that second half, and there was a send-off as well, and both of those going in Salford's, where Mark Sneed throws that ball over the top. Dion Cross, who again I thought was strong. He's been strong all year. Every time you watch Dion Cross, gets on the end of a lot of things and does a lot of things coming out of yardage well. And he was under some pressure to get that down from Kershaw, but they managed to do that. And Salford, knowing that they probably got away with one in, they had to do it tough. And they get away with it with 12 men. King Vuniyayawa gets sent off on 56 minutes for this. When he goes down on the floor under a bit of pressure, you can see that they've got to do it real difficult. And you know what, I think it looks bad. Stock just tucks his way as he goes in. He was shocked. Callum Watkins was shot. He gets sent to the sideline, and that's his day.
So these are the results so far this weekend. Warrington just sneaking through, as you can see earlier today, against Lee, 16-14. Huddersfield big winners at Leeds, 30-24. St Helens big winners against Hull, 58-0. And Wigan still keeping up the pressure with that win against Castleford. And Salford's win here today, 12 points to 4 against London. Catalan, Hull Kingston Rovers is coming very soon. That is going to be absolutely mouth-watering a little later. This is the way the table looks at the moment, with Catalan and Hull KR still to play, but St Helens are top of it at the moment. That might change with a Catalan win. Hull KR might be joining that group in the top 4, all on 12 points if they win as well. So all to play for in Perpignan early. This is what we've got to look forward to in the next week or so, live on Sky Sports. Remember, every single game. First of all, tonight, Catalan Hull KR, 5:25 on Sky Sports Action. And then next week, it all starts on Thursday night, Saints against Huddersfield. 3 games on Friday, Hull KR against Wigan, Lee against Catalan. And finishing up the Friday, we go to Castleford, of course, the third of our options when they play London. Salford back on our screens against Warrington on Saturday, and Hull against Leeds on the Sunday. Well, London Broncos are still searching for that first win of the Super League season, but Salford did enough today to make sure they were back to winning ways. We've enjoyed it. From myself and Terry, a very good afternoon to you.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.